Welcome back to Dark Academia Queen. This is episode 38, and I can't believe we're already on episode 38. I just started this podcast. I'm not joking. But today we're going to be talking about Bran Castle in Romania. Now, you're probably one, but before I jump into that, if you're new here, hit that like button, ring that bell for notifications. Also, please hit that subscribe button, help a girl out. I'm currently in my living room. I'm also doing laundry too, so I'm waiting for all that to get done. So yeah, I'm one of those that I put off doing laundry till like the last possible minute. And it always comes back to bite me. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So yeah, you can probably imagine. But I love vampires. I love like haunted paranormal activity and stuff like that. I also have my Down the Rabbit Hole, which goes into more details than Dark Academia Queen will, on like a bunch of myths and legends and supposed haunted towns as well. And I do want to cover some of those on this episode as it relates to Dark Academia. Now, with that being said, let's dive into the reason you clicked on today's episode. Today we're going to be talking about Bran Castle, and everyone knows this as a fictionist home of Count Dracula, and who's the vampire from Bram Stoker's Dracula. Now, it is unclear as to how much Stoker actually knew about the castle while writing the novel, and is still shrouded in mystery that draws thousands of visitors every year. The ghosts of who have passed inside the castle walls are said to roam the halls and villages, and reported hearing wailing late at night. Legend also says that at least some of the town of Bran citizens are Strigo, which, according to this definition, means people who are souls, whose souls leave their body at night to terrorize the city. A few people I would like to hunt if I ever die, but um, but it also encourages the town's vampire folklore. Um, Now let's talk about Bran Castle, like a little bit about the actual Bran Castle. It is a castle that is located in Bran, and the castle was built by Saxons in 1377, who was given the privilege by Louis I of Hungary. It is a national monument and landmark in Transylvania, and the fortress is on the Transylvanian side of the historical border of Wallachia on the road DN-73. It is commonly known outside Transylvania as Dracula's Castle. It is marketed as the home of the title characters, and there is no evidence that Stoker knew anything about the castle, which has tangible association with Vlad the Impaler, Voivode of Wallachia, and who shares a name with Dracula. Now, his description of Dracula's crumbling fictional castle also bears a resemblance to Bran Castle. Now, the castle is now a museum that is dedicated to displaying art and furniture collected by Queen Marie, and tourists can see the interior on their own or by a guided tour. At the bottom of a hill, it is a small open air museum exhibiting traditional Romanian peasant structures from the Bran region. Now, let's talk about the history now. In 2012, in 1212, the Teutonic Order built the wooden castle of Dietrichstein as a fortified position in the Burzenland and the entrance of the mountain's pass, through which traders have traveled far more than a millennia, and the castle was destroyed by Mongols in 1242. And the castle's origins named Dietrichstein or Lapis Theodore in Latin to Dietrich Stone, which is seen to have derived from Compter and the regional preceptor Frater Diacrises, which was mentioned in the 1212 document. Now, this Dietrich is the probable builder of this castle, and in 1509 the document confirms that Torsberg apparently has once belonged to the commander, Dietrich, of the Teutonic Order. So the first document mentioned of Bran Castle is passed as an act that was issued by Louis I of Hungary on November 19th, 1377, and was given to the Saxons by Kronstadt in the privilege to build a stone castle at their own expense and labor force. The settlement of Bran Castle to develop nearby. In 1438 and 1442, the castle was used in defense against the Ottoman Empire and later became a customs post on the mountain pass throughout Transylvania and Wallachia. Although many castles of the time belonged to members of nobility, it had been established that Bran Castle was built exclusively for fortification and protection of the German colonists in Transylvania. It is also believed that the castle was briefly held by Marcia and Elder of Washia. During a whole period, the customs point was established. Now, the Wallachian ruler Vad Teslis does not seem to have any significant role in the history of the fortress, although he passed through the Bran Gorge at some point. Bran Castle belonged to the Hungarian kings, but due to the failure of King Vladimir II to repay loans, the city of Brunswick regained possession of the fortress in 1533. In 1530, Moise of Wallachia, Vivid Voivode of Wallachia, sent an army to the castle, but the Secondly soldiers led to the castle Lord Deans defended the building, therefore forcing the Washington army to retreat. Now, Bran did play a strategic role up to the mid-18th century in this now. It was royal residence in aftermath. Now look, when the 1920 Treaty of Tanian-Hungary lost Transylvania, the castle became a royal residence in the Kingdom of Romania. After being given to the royal house by the Saxons by Kronstadt Grossack, who had no more use for it, and interest in financing time damaged property, it became a favorite theme in home and retreat. Maria of Romania, who ordered the extensive renovation conducted by Czech architect Karel Zadink Lyman, and the castle was inherited by her daughter, Princess Elena, who ran there in World War II, and it was later seized by communist regime in the expulsion of the royal family in 1948. Now, in 2005, the Romanian government passed a law allowing restitution claims on property illegally expropriated, and thus a year later, ownership of the castle was awarded to Archduke Dominic of Austria, a son of Princess Elena. Now, on May 18, 2006, after a period of legal proceedings, the castle was legally returned to the children of Princess Elena. However, through the Ministry of Culture, the Romanian state was also to administer it for the next 3 years. In September 2007, an investigation committee of the Romanian Parliament stated that the retrocession of the castle of Archduke Dominic was illegal and it broke Romanian law on property and succession. However, on October 2007, the Constitutional Court of Romania rejected the Parliament's petition on the matter. In addition, an investigation commission to the Romanian government issued a decision in December 2007, reaffirming the validity and legality of the restitution procedures used and confirming the restitution was paid in full in compliance with the law. So, on May 18, 2009, the administration of Bran Castle was transferred from the government to Archduke Dominic and his sisters, Archduchess Maria Magdalena and Archduchess Elizabeth. On June 1st, 2009, the Habsburgs opened the refurbished castle to the public as the first public museum in the country and presented a joint strategy and concept in collaboration with the Bron Museum to maintain their prominent roles in the Romanian tourist circuit and safeguard the economics base in the region. So, we all want to know it. Dracula's castle. How does this castle connect to Dracula's castle? There are many myths that have been connected to him in connection to Dracula myth, and most historians believe that Vlad III, Dracula, is also known as Vlad the Impaler, never set foot in Castle Bran, and which was neither a friendly place for him to visit under his rule, and it was once believed that he was imprisoned there after he was captured by Hungarians in 1462. But historians now conclude he was imprisoned at a fortress in Budapest. So, Bran Castle is not mentioned in the novel Dracula. The novel's description of the castle does not match Bran Castle. This claimed connection between the castle and Dracula's legend of tourism. Now, during Stoker's research on the region in Transylvania, he literally came across accounts of Aristides that was committed by Vlad III and used Dracula's name as the name of his reading. But his inspiration for Dracula was not solely based on a historical figure. It was largely due to American cinema that Vlad III was considered inspiration for the Dracula character. Now, how is this mentioned in other popular cultures? Well, Laurie R. King's novel Castle Shade, part of her series about Sherlock Holmes and Mary Russell, is set in or near Bran Castle in 1925. Alright, y'all, that is it for this episode. I will see y'all next time as we talk about a 3-part episode special called The Tower of London.